Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we will talk about a story of a love that never dies. It's about two people who fall in love, but face many challenges. Let me tell their story. My name is Noah, and I want to tell you a story about my life and the love of my life who changed my life forever. Now I live in a nursing home, and every day I read a story to an elderly woman. She has an illness that takes away her memory. The story begins a long time ago, in the summer of 1940. I was a young man, just 17 years old. I lived in a small town and didn't have much. The story begins a long time ago, in the summer of 1940. I was a young man, just 17 years old. I lived in a small town, and I didn't have much. I worked at the lumber yard and spent my time fishing and being outdoors. Life was simple. One day, at the carnival, I saw her, Allie. She had long brown hair, bright eyes, and the kind of smile that lights up a whole room. She was laughing with her friends, and I couldn't take my eyes off her. I knew right then that I had to talk to her. But Allie came from a different world. She was rich from a big city, and her parents had big plans for her. I was just a poor boy with no future. I didn't care. I climbed onto the Ferris wheel where she was sitting and asked her to go on a date with me. She said no, but I didn't give up. Finally, Allie agreed, and our summer together began. We did everything. We went swimming in the lake. We danced in the street with no music, and we spent hours just talking. Allie loved to paint, and I loved watching her. She said painting made her feel free. I showed her my favorite place, a quiet old house by the lake. It was broken down, with holes in the roof, but I told her I wanted to fix it one day. I wanted to make it beautiful, with white paint, blue shutters, and a big porch. Allie laughed and said she would live there with me. But not everyone was happy about our love. Allie's parents didn't like me. They thought I wasn't good enough for her. One night, they told Allie it was time to leave. They made her pack her bags and go back to the city. We cried and promised to stay in touch. I wrote her a letter every day for a whole year, 365 letters. I poured my heart into every word. I told her I loved her and missed her, but I never got an answer. I didn't know that her parents were hiding my letters. Time passed, and life went on. Allie thought I had forgotten her, and I thought she had moved on. I joined the army during the war, and the world felt big and lonely without her. When the war was over, I came home and decided to make a dream come true. I bought the old house by the lake. I spent months fixing it. I painted it white, added blue shutters, and built the porch just like I promised. One day, something incredible happened. Allie saw a picture of me and the house in the newspaper. She couldn't believe it. Even though she was engaged to another man, she decided to visit me. When I saw Allie again, it felt like no time had passed. She was even more beautiful than I remembered. We talked for hours, remembering the summer we shared. It was like all the old feelings came rushing back. We spent a few days together, walking by the lake, talking and laughing. It was perfect, but I knew she had a decision to make. Allie loved me, but she also cared about her fiancé, Lon. He was a good man, kind, rich, and everything her parents wanted for her. I told Allie that she had to choose. I couldn't keep her if her heart was somewhere else. After a long, hard decision, Allie chose me. She left Lon and stayed with me. We built a life together. It wasn't always easy, but our love was strong. We stayed in the house by the lake, and Allie kept painting. I never stopped loving her. Years passed, and now we are old. Allie has an illness called Alzheimer's. It makes her forget everything, even me. But every day I read her our story. Some days, for just a few moments, she remembers. She looks at me and says, "Noah, it's you. Those moments are worth everything to me." One night, as we held hands, we fell asleep together. That was the last time. We left this world side by side, just like we always wanted. Our story is proof that love can last a lifetime. Even when things are hard, even when the world tries to pull you apart, true love never dies.